on. Can you see me? I think it's too bright in here. But are you ready? Okay. Are you guys ready for my unboxing? Oh, did you already see the piano? Okay, guys, since you guys have seen it, let me just show you. So, it's here. Guys, can you see? It's so cute. It's as adorable as me. Anyways, a little backstory. I'm a storyteller. God literally had to before I got this piano, you know. And that's because the very first piano that I got, right? It's black and white. I'm gonna show you somewhere now. That was the very first piano that I got. So I had a lot of attachment to that piano. Let me adjust myself. Can you guys see? Can you guys see? So cute, right? Alright guys, so remember when I said God had to literally before I got this piano? Let me tell you. So my whole life I've always been in school, work, business, this, that, and the third. I never really had a permanent place to stay because I always knew I'll be somewhere, you know. And finally in 2021, finally got settled. So then I had a permanent place that I knew I would stay for a while because I was out of school and out of working and that kind of thing. So I was like, now I can get me the stuff that I want to get. So I got my first piano. And before the piano, I was literally going to piano studios and places that piano was taught to practice, and they allowed me to do that. People are kind of kind around here, you know. They're kind of kind. You're nice, you know. Sometimes I'll just wait, you know, because it was busy, that kind of thing. But I was patient. My love for piano is a lot. So I'll just be there, hanging out with them, you know, just watching what you're doing and that kind of thing. And also, those studios were places that taught kids piano. So my heart was just, it was so beautiful, like watching little kids practice piano. Seeing the parents' dedication to their kids' passion was just amazing to me. It was just so beautiful. So in as much as I didn't have my personal piano, I wasn't bothered much because it was just so cool watching little kids, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, learning how to play the violin, guitar, piano, drums, even the African talking drum. Yep, they have the African drum here. It was just so beautiful. I just loved the whole experience. I didn't have mine. And for whatever reason, I didn't even care about that. I was just amazed. It was just beautiful being around people that equally were passionate about something I was passionate about, you know. Finally, when I left and I got settled, I got me a small piano. It's not so big, but it was enough, you know. It was mine. That was it. It was mine, and I was just excited about it. So I carried it through up until 2024, December, okay? And before the Christmas holidays, my best friend and I, she said I shouldn't call her my best friend. She said we are sisters, and I love it. We are sisters, okay? So we're talking about buying stuff for us, and we have this culture of buying stuff for people and people buying us stuff, and we buy stuff for ourselves usually because we need it. Okay, well, no, me. Okay, I buy stuff because I need it. I don't necessarily buy stuff because I want it, because I don't like to hoard stuff, you know, so I just buy stuff that I need. So having a piano, although I had outgrown it, because first of all, the piano was small and I wanted a bigger one. Second of all, I wanted a white piano. Anytime I went to the studios and I saw different colors of piano, they had pink, they had white, all of that, I was drawn to the different variety of pianos that were available. So then I wanted something new, but my heart was attached to my piano, and it wasn't because of the piano, but the feeling that it gave me. So I realized that detachment wasn't removing yourself from people, places, or things, but rather removing yourself from the mental muscle that you had built toward that thing. And in as much as I wanted a new piano, I couldn't discard it because it was part of my life. I had grown attached to it because of all the stories that it came with it. I waited my whole life to get that. I wasn't ready to let it go because it wasn't just letting go of the piano. It was letting go of all the experiences and memories that came with it, you know. So something as small as a piano started becoming a big problem to me. I was always getting bothered about it, like, God, what am I supposed to do with this piano? Because I really don't want it anymore. I want something new. But I also didn't want to discard it because it's my heart, you know, that's my first love. How can I let it go, huh? And that slowly became a bother to me. If I tell you how much of a bother a piano was to me, I couldn't let it go. Like, I just could not let it go. So I left it all to God because it was beginning to be a mental issue, okay? And I didn't want to lose my heart. But I was like, God, I'm giving this issue to you because it was becoming a problem. Something as simple as a piano started bothering me. I had built a strong mental muscle for it and I couldn't let go. So I was like, God, I just give it to you. Just do your thing, Lord. I don't know how are you going to do it, but I need a new piano. That's it, you know? And I was just there, and then an acquaintance came over. We had one or two things to do. And when he came, he saw my piano and he was like, Sally, I want this. I'm like, huh? You want this? He was like, yeah, you don't even use it. He was just like in a lot. I was like, God, this might be the time to discard this piano, and if this is how it's gonna go, I want it. Because our relationship is on an acquaintance level, but I kind of know him and I trust him, like he's responsible. So it was so cool giving that to him, and it brought me peace. So that's how I discarded my old piano. God took care of it because it was becoming a burden, literally. And I realized that is how we get attached to stuff, because detaching from stuff isn't necessarily removing yourself from people, places, or things, but it's the mental muscle that we build towards it. So you detach from the mindset you've built towards whatever it is, whether it's a place, a person, or a thing. Example, clearly I wanted a different piano, okay? But I didn't want to let it go. And that was a mental thing. Accepting that I do want a new piano, and the stories and memories surrounding it, it's in my heart, and it's enough to let that go. But it's also enough to have a new one and accept that, yep, there are memories that surround it that I never want to forget. But that's in my heart, you know. I don't need to necessarily be with it physically, because sometimes the memories and the stories that we build towards things are enough in our hearts. We don't need to carry it along with us, you know. I want a new piano and that's it, right? Yeah. And it's so funny, but one thing that comes with detachment is learning how to grieve. I think everybody should learn how to grieve. Learning how to grieve your old habits, your bad habits, people, places, your jobs, even if it's family. Because the reason why you have to grieve is because through grieving, you would understand why you don't want to detach from that thing. Or you'll be able to resolve it. And that is how you let go. Because with me, I had to finally get through the fact that what I'm attached to isn't the piano, but it's a memory that I built towards it. And they're good memories. And they're in my heart. I don't need to carry it with me. Clearly, I don't want it anymore. For whatever reason, it doesn't excite me anymore. I want something new. So I just have to let it go, period. That's it. You know, we will unpack the reasons later on. But at this moment, I just don't want it. That's it. You know, which one? With places, let's say a job. You know you don't want this job anymore. They are not treating you well, they're not giving you a raise, but you're scared to leave. Probably because you're afraid of getting a new one, or even thinking you might not get a new one. Honey, we are human beings. We are infinite, okay? God created us in abundance. There's a lot out there for you. If you leave this job, you will get another job. Believe me. That is just how the world is. That's the principle of abundance. God didn't limit us to one place or one thing, or God didn't do that. But if you have limiting beliefs, then you have to discard those ones, grieve it. And grieving means going through the process, allowing yourself to go through, asking yourself questions. Why don't I want to leave? Why am I staying here even though I'm struggling? Why am I still with this kind of people? They don't make me happy, but why do I want to be with them? Is it because I think I'm not going to get a new job? Is it because I think God, as big as he is, will not get me a new job? Because I think God is just Lord and he's not daddy? Because God is Sky Daddy. The thing about a lot of you is that you might go to heaven but might not bring heaven down here, because people has made it look like God is just Lord, something that's just there to worship. But God wants you to be with him. He wants to have an intimate relationship with you. So when you have a problem, it doesn't matter what it is. Just talk to God about it. If you want to change your job, he will give you another job, because that is just who God is. It just has to be aligned in your purpose. That's it. Because if your purpose is taking care of people, if you're a first responder, if you're a medical doctor, if you're a beautiful nurse, if you're a handsome nurse, if you're a firefighter, whatever you are, it has to be in alignment with your purpose. You heal people. First responders are healers, you know. Because when you tell God about your problems, he's going to look through the issue as well. If it's your character that is preventing you from being happy with them, or you lack interpersonal skills, believe me, God is going to convict you. Yes. God is going to tell you. He's going to go through with you. That is who God is. Trust me. He is not that difficult. Like, okay, God, I don't like this job. I don't get along with these people. Is it because of me? You just have to let him know, and that's it. He will figure it out for you. God is so sweet. He'll tell you about it. He will let you know. This and this is the reason why you are not comfortable with it. Because sometimes the people at your workplace are nice, but you just lack interpersonal skills. You don't know how to relate with people. And that comes from a whole lot of things. Sometimes you're just rude. Or sometimes you just don't have people skills. Now that is something that we learn. Just like we learn how to do our makeup, just like we learn how to play piano, just like we learn how to do art, you also have to learn people's skills. Yes, it's a natural thing. It's ingrained in us. But when you come here on earth, there are a lot of factors that prevent you from learning how to relate with people. And you would have to learn it. Just like you learn how to play your piano and your guitar and learn how to cook. C'est clair? Yes, yeah? Good. So when you tell God your problems, if it's from you, he will convict you and you will learn how to live with them amicably. But if it's from them and truly you are not the problem, but the place is the problem, he will get you to another place. You understand where I'm coming from? The same analogy with your jobs and the places that you work with is the same thing that comes with human beings. Be it your husband, your best friends, your boyfriends, or your girlfriends. When you're in a relationship with somebody, okay, and it's not working, you just place it to God. God, I am in this relationship. It's not working, okay? We're not getting along. We're not going to the same place together. Yeah. This soulmates thing that people always say, it's bizarre, because a lot of people are in relationship whereby the people are not normal. They are crazy. They are stupid, and stupid cannot be fixed. A lot of things can be fixed. Broken tables can be fixed. Broken chairs can be fixed. Broken pencils can be fixed. Broken jars can be fixed. Kintuki, kintogoroi. All those things can be fixed. You understand where I'm coming from? But stupidity cannot be fixed. Broken people that enjoy being stupid cannot be fixed. We're all broken, There are certain people that enjoy victimizing themselves. That is just using what you went through as an excuse to just be wicked or a bad person. You can't say that I went through this, that, and the third. So now I'm a sociopath. I like biting people. I like eating human beings. So when they catch you, we should allow you. When you go about Jeffrey Dahmer, we should allow you because you enjoy eating people because you went through something. Hey, what are you saying? We should leave you to eat human beings and sacrifice people because you went through something. Baby, please, come on, get it together. Okay? Get it together, I beg you. Please, God has many sons. God has many daughters, okay? We are infinite. We are abundant. If somebody is not treating you well, go find you somebody that is going to treat you better. Okay, do not stay somewhere in the name of how many years you've been with that person or the person is your soulmate. Hey, look, that word is even heavy. My soulmate. Do you know what soul is? Please, nobody came on this earth to marry anybody, okay? The Bible says he who finds a wife, meaning you can find your wife. Go find anybody. The person just has to be in alignment with your purpose. Or even if you're not in alignment with your purpose, they just have to be equally yoked with you. They have to help you. We came in this world to come and co-create and coexist. You understand? The person might not even have the same purpose with you, but if the person gives you peace of mind to execute your purpose, it's okay. You understand? Nobody is meant to be with somebody. So don't stay with a stupid person. Do not be with somebody that is abusing you and then the person is your soulmate or whatever you guys call it. Your names, Please, nobody's anybody's anything, okay? If that person is with you and the person is abusing you, I beg you, okay? God's will is not for you to come and suffer, all right? Let that person come. You come into this world with anybody, okay? You came here alone and you found that person. Anybody can be your soulmate. Please, nobody is your soulmate. I beg you, okay? Do not suffer in the name of soulmate or do not be abused, whether it's emotionally, psychologically, physically. Don't allow yourself to be abused in the name of the word soulmate. There's a new word, karmic. Yeah, please, I beg you. Please. Get up, pack your bags and leave. Nobody is worth you having scars on your body or nobody is worth you losing yourself for. There are people that are enabled by demons. Come and prevent people from their purpose. There are a lot of people that God gave them gifts, but because they found somebody and those people filled certain parts of them that they didn't have, they allow themselves to be attached. They got attached to that thing that person was feeding in them, whether it's attachment issues, codependency, whatever. And they couldn't fulfill their purpose because that person saw that they have some level of control over them. And they lost themselves completely. In the name of soulmate, in the name of karmic, in the name of whatever. Hey, look at the big English English you're using, spiritual words. Let me tell you something about words and alphabet. Words are just dormant in the dictionary, you know, until you guys add them together and then enforce life into it. Then it becomes a thing that will take forever to let go. Something that is going to affect you negatively. Please, I beg you. Nobody's your karmic. Nobody's your soulmate. Nobody's whatever. Let that person go, okay? Take him to his mother's house. Whatever it is. Please, God's will is for you to be happy, okay? To fulfill your purpose here on earth and doing that, being happy. No, you know, the thing is, people know what they do. They just do it because they know that you're going to accept it. They might do something to somebody and they might meet another person and they might change. They might never ever try with that person. Some people know that they can't do certain things with certain people. And not because those people are high up and whatever. It's because those people will not allow it. Some people's energy doesn't allow other people. So they go find people, places that would allow them to be themselves. That way. People act differently towards people, you know. People know what they do and they do it. They just do it because they know that you are willing to accept the nonsense. That is what I'm telling you, that when somebody is doing something to you and you don't like it, walk away. Leave. God is infinite, okay? God has many sons. There are about 8 billion people in this world. If the African community isn't working for you, go to the Latina community. If the Latina community is not working for you, go to the Italian community. Go to whatever, the Russian. Hey, be with whoever. We are all God's children, you know, and everybody likes everybody. Forget about what society tried to paint on the street. You will get anybody to love you, no matter your size, no matter your body, no matter your skin color, no matter your hair texture, whatever, your body type, whatever, you will get somebody to love you. Don't let somebody make you think like they are the only one that can love you because you look like a beer bottle. You look like a Coca-Cola bottle. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're too thick or you're too slim. There is somebody for everybody. If you're with somebody and they make you feel like how you look and whatever, it's a problem, leave them alone. They don't like chubby. People like chubby, okay? I'm a chubby baby. And I love being chubby. And there are a lot of people that love chubby. I'm a curvy girl, okay? So don't let anybody make you feel like because you're chubby or you're big or you're skinny or you're slim or you look impoverished or whatever that it is. Everybody likes everybody, okay? Somebody's gonna call you impoverished and you're gonna be a model. Yes. With all your impoverishedness. Yes, somebody will call you too skinny. Yeah, you will just leave and you'll meet somebody that loves skinny type models. Let people go find what they think is better for them. The worst is they making you feel bad for how you look, how God created you. Who are you? You yourself, are you perfect? Or when somebody is abusing you and you can't leave, find that ick thing about them, that icky thing. Everybody has something that is icky about them. It can be how they sleep, how they wake up, how they eat, whatever, you know? Everybody has it. You just choose to be blind when you're afraid to be alone. Yeah, replay that scenario. Whatever they do, whether if it's sleeping, replay it, okay? Yeah, that's how to get over somebody real quick. Whether it's your best friend, whether it's your soul sister, whatever word you guys use these days, you know. I told you, these words are normal alphabet in the dictionary, and then you will put it together and by fancying them, and it becomes says. That is why you can't leave them alone. Nobody's your karmic, nobody's your soul sister, nobody is your soulmate, nobody, even family. Baby, if somebody has to go, Cain killed Abel. Jesus had a brother that didn't believe in him until he resurrected. So whatever that is around you, it doesn't matter who you have. Family is not the reason why you should stay in abuse. Relationships is not the reason why you should stay in abuse. Time is not the reason why you should stay in abuse. Proximity. We live in the same place. We are from the same city. We are from the same country. We are homemates, countrymates, roommate. That is not the reason why you should be abused. Those people would not accept it. If the roles are reversed, those people will feel how you're feeling. Because you're on the other side of the spectrum, that is why they are not feeling it yet. Wait until you leave. Then they can feel your absence. Then they know how it feels like to. They come back. Let them stand on it. Well, everybody has. For me, I don't believe in sticking to people, places, or things that don't make me happy because I believe God is abundant. It's a place. I'm gonna get a new apartment if my fandom, my whoever, you know, the landlord or whoever is stressing me out, I just get another. Okay, if it's a man, oh please, oh please, I beg you. Nobody will come between me and my purpose here on earth. It's either you're here to help me to build my purpose or help me to build my life, and I will do that in reverse. Do you understand me? I'm not gonna please. Me, see drama, I run, okay? I will run. The moment I see drama, I run. I don't stay for drama. Baby, you are not allowed to be used by the devil to frustrate my life, because I have realized that people, places, or things are being enabled by entities. So for me, once I see something, like, okay, something happened. This person did something. Oh, something is going on. The second time, it don't exist. The first time I see it, that's it. I will not allow it to happen. The second time, I'm gone. And another thing that would help you to walk away from people, places, or things is to ask yourself, is this how I want to be loved for the rest of my life? Yes, learn to ask yourself certain questions. Like I told you about the grieving process. The grieving process allows you to ask yourself certain questions. Look inside the mirror. You should be able to face yourself, you know. Yeah. Be able to look in the mirror and ask yourself, is that how I want to be loved for the rest of my life? If it's a job, is that how I want to be treated for the rest of my life? Because baby, a job is where you spend at least 8 hours of your life. You don't want to be frustrated. Understand me. And if it's a person, is this how I want to be loved for the rest of my life? If it's a boyfriend, it's a girlfriend, it's a husband, it's a wife, is this how I want our children to be loved? Because sometimes when you look at situations through yourself, maybe you don't love yourself that much, you're not being able to see it. But when you see yourself through your children and you have that imaginative mind, through your children, you ask yourself that question, is that how I want my son to be loved? If that's not the case, then I don't think I'm giving that example. And then you walk away. Because if you don't love yourself that much, look at the kids that you have. You understand me? Whether the present day kids or your unborn babies. Is that the person that you want to raise your daughter or your son? Maybe, please. And aside all of that even, you have to be able to have somebody you can hold hands with and fight the battles of life, virtually and physically. So is it somebody that defends you when you're not there? Is it somebody you know you can leave your behind to? Because people are jealous of your husbands and wives, you know. It's a thing that exists. You have to be ascended and self-aware to know these kind of things. The fact that you have a child with somebody doesn't mean that you should stick with them. You can love people from afar, you know. And if it's a situation whereby you cannot go away from them, then bring God into the problem. God is the only one that can change the heart of man, you know. So if you think you truly love that person, let God change the heart. But some people cannot be changed. Not even some people, a lot of people cannot be changed. You know, I had an opportunity to be with kids for a long time, all right? And one thing I learned about people is that people have been the way they've been since 3, 4, 5 years old. You are not about to change somebody. I'm sorry. So if you didn't see how they were before you got married to them or dated them or had a baby with them, that's one thing. The only person that can change people's hearts is God. Go to him. But you, Bob the Builder, Barbie the Builder, honey, take your Barbie self and go find you Ken, okay? Yeah, nobody's worth you here stressing and crying and gaining weight and losing weight. Baby, you know who you are before you met whoever, whether it's your friend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, or your job. If you think that whatever it is bringing you more pain than blessing, that is the time to say adios. Yeah. We will unpack the details later on. But the day you feel that this thing isn't serving me anymore, and you know, some of you stay even in situations longer than you should. That is for... Please don't do that, okay? You should have a little bit of street life. You should know a little bit of human beings. Like, come on, sweetheart. This is the time where, because of social media, we have a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. Once you see somebody do something that is against how you want to be loved, how you want your life to go, meaning that person is not aligned with you. That's it. You don't need to stress about how long you've been with them, the country you're from, the city you're from, the job you're in with them. Baby, the moment somebody shows you who they are, Maya Angelou them out of your life. You don't need to check it out with them the second time. When people show you who they are the first time, check out. People know what they do and they do what they're doing. Believe me, if you had nothing today, just know that people know what they do and they do what they do. So the moment you sense ill about people, places, or things, let them go figure it out. They might come back to you, let them stand on it. And if it is me, you would not even get a chance to stand on it. I'm sorry, baby. Go to Jesus Christ. Jesus, go have a conversation with Jesus and let him touch my heart. But me, without God and Jesus, baby, no. My purpose matters to me than my relationship with people. To frustrate me, I'm not going to allow you to be used by the devil to make me sad. You understand where I'm coming from? You know, Yeah, that's it. Yeah, guys, so this brings me to the end of my detachment video. And now, to summarize all that I said, for you to be able to properly detach from people, places, or things, you first have to detach yourself from the mental muscle that you've built towards that thing, okay? That is how you detach yourself from things, places, or people. It's not about them. It's what you've built in your head. So once you remove that mindset from, that's it, you'll be okay. Aside that, you have to learn how to grieve. You've got to learn how to go through the grieving process. Grieving processes gives you the time to ask yourself these kind of questions. Is that how I want to be loved for the rest of my life? Is that how I want to be perceived and seen by people? How God wants me to be treated? Is this God's will for me? Is this God's best for me? Yes, these are the questions you have to ask yourself. And the moment you find out that this is not God's best for you, the moment you find out that this is not how you want to be treated, this is not how you want your kids to see you being treated, this is not the kind of example you want for your kids, you have to learn to move, to detach, so adios, without looking back. Do not be like Lot's wife. The moment God tells you that something is not good for you, because some of you stay in situations longer than you should, and God is going to create a wall of Jericho moment in your life where everything falls flat, then you can leave, because certain people are not aligned to the life that God has created for you. There are destiny helpers, there are destiny partners. Those people are not these people. The clear sign God doesn't want you to be with certain people, places, or things is when there's no peace where you are. Because if you don't make a room for what you want, how will there be space for God to give you that which you want? So you might think that you want something else, but you're actually there. What are you telling God, baby? If you don't want something, discard it. Surrender to God. He will create a circumstance and that thing will be discarded, whatever it is. And you'll be able to walk through freely. Now, with that being said, whatever that you do, add God to it, okay? Whether it's a person you like, whether it's somebody you want to get married to, whether it's a thing you want to buy like my piano, even if it's a land you want to buy, whatever that is, whether it's a business you want to embark on, include God. Because if God is not at the beginning of the process, how will He carry you through? Aside that, when you don't include God, when you start something, whether it's a relationship, a place, or a thing, and you go bump your head, and later on you go back to Him like, God, please help me to fix it. Hey, please, God doesn't know you. He doesn't know about the situation, okay? He wasn't there when you decided to be with this person. He wasn't there when you decided to work there. He didn't tell you to go buy that. Do you understand? So whatever it is that you want to do, business, buying of a land, wanting to be with somebody, traveling to a new place, leaving a job, whatever it is, just include God. He will teach you and tell you what to do. In the upcoming videos, I'm going to talk about how to talk to God, how to hear from Him, purpose, identity, all of that jam. So honey, stay tuned. And comment down below if there's anything in your life that you had to discard, anything that you've had to let go and you're finding the difficulties, and how you were able to let it go. Somebody down there might need some sort of advice. So come on, let's collaborate, baby. It's a community, honey. Bye, guys. Aww.